From time to time, I start to go through notes from these different courses and workshops that I looked through or went through, and I like to do that because sometimes it brings new context back. Maybe something I wasn't ready for at the time is something that comes back and it helps me help you guys, helps us as a team help you guys uh, just better succeed. And something that came up in my notes was what's called the HALT protocol. And it feeds off these sort of basic needs that we've talked about before. Whenever you're feeling off and you really can't describe it, you really can't explain it, maybe you feel disconnected to your body. And in some way, that's having a negative influence on your goals or your plan or whatever it might be, and you just can't explain it, and you go in searching for these things, maybe like some novelty or some excitement or whatever it might be. Your brain is looking for things, and it's kind of doing a good job in searching for something, because part of the answer might be to do something different, to make some sort of an adjustment in order to succeed. But perhaps if we take a step back and we do this check-in with ourselves, we realize there's nothing that we actually have to change about our plan moving towards our goal, but maybe it's some other aspect of our life. And the HALT protocol stands for hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Now, within these categories, there's some subcategories, and sometimes there's even some overlap with them. But I'm going to give you a quick sort of 4-point check-in to do with yourself if you're feeling disconnected, if you're feeling a little bit off, and you're fearing that it might negatively influence your goal. So hunger, I think the most common and most common sense approach to this, if you're feeling hungry for some reason, and if it's a physiological hungry and there's a reason to feel physiologically hungry, you guys know some of those things already. It's simple. Get some food maybe, and maybe you're overly hungry all the time. Maybe you're not eating enough and that's influencing your plan. So maybe it's a physiological hunger, or maybe perhaps it's an emotional hunger. Maybe you're not getting enough attention, you're not getting enough connectedness, you're not having enough fun, it's not meeting your basic needs, and this is your body kind of showing you, okay, I need this, give me something, I'm hungry for something. And if it's not hungry, maybe it's angry, and anger is really a secondary emotion. It's usually a reaction, and I say this and we say this because being angry has an effect. It has an immediate response from people around you, and maybe sometimes that helps you to get what you need. So you're showing anger. It's a way to get what you want, whether it's attention, you're trying to fight for something, you don't know any other way to get what you want, so you act angry, and you know it's worked in the past in some other way, so your brain reverts to that right away. So if you're feeling angry and it's sort of subconscious, you're not really openly presenting it, but maybe you're a little bit irritable, maybe you're a little bit short, maybe you're pushing people away in some way, then you realize, okay, take a step back, there's something that I'm not meeting, and if I don't take care of this, maybe I'm not going to succeed with my physical and fitness goal as well. Or perhaps you're lonely, and lonely, it's sort of this lack of connection, and of course what's happened over the last few years has a role for this, in this I should say. But you got to find out why are you not having good connections? Are you isolating, like you're purposely removing yourself, and maybe there's a negative disconnectedness? Or maybe you're creating some solitude because you need it. That's sort of that time with yourself away from others. And sometimes you need that to recharge. So you're creating the solitude, or you're being isolated for some reason. And if you're doing it on purpose, you have to ask yourself why. Why are you avoiding these people that you would have wanted to speak to? But why you're not reaching out to friends or family, and maybe at one point you were? And finally, tired. Are you physiologically or emotionally tired, and because of that you're not having the same oomph that you had to really attack your goal? So maybe you're actually not sleeping enough, and that's an underlying reason why you're not finding excitement in your workouts or to do your meal prep or whatever it is. So if you're feeling disconnected or off in some way, go through this HALT protocol. Ask yourself, am I hungry both physiologically or emotionally or in some other way? Am I angry? Am I displaying even subconsciously, or maybe not so overtly, but in different aspects of your life, anger, loneliness, or tired. Hunger, anger, loneliness, or tiredness. If you're experiencing this, you have to manage that in some way. You have to adjust, do something differently, and that might be that one single step that it takes to get back onto the road to success.